Hello and welcome. I want to thank all of you that have stopped by and the ones that come back and comment and watch. I appreciate it. I was going to do a video yesterday, but I just kind of worked quietly. I was just having one of those days. I'm having some postnasal drip again, and I'm really kind of over it, so I'll try to make this video short. I have a lot on my desk, and I'll show you what I did yesterday. So I have a lot of these plant cards. They come in a binder, and I've been wanting to repurpose them and do something with them. So I thought it would be a good idea for all the journals I started to make a page for each one of them. The one I made yesterday, so I basically took one of these cards or these pages and turned it into this. Here's the holes here. Now I punched my holes bigger than I wanted, but I guess they're alright. I kind of wanted them smaller, but that'll be okay. This is a digital from Donna, Twistedpaperstudio. I started a journal using her kits, and I hadn't really done much. And I really need to decide on lace for the cover, because it really needs some lace. So that's as far as I've gotten with using Donna's digitals, but I thought, well, I'm going to make something to go in there. So what I did was covered the plant card with some really thin scrapbook paper. I'm trying to use up my scrapbook paper, and if you find this at Hobby Lobby, I don't know if I don't think Joann's has this. I got this 40% off at Hobby Lobby, and I'm not even going to try to say that. There it is. Oops. 180 sheets. And I love it for background stuff. It's very thin, and it's great for these types of projects. So I just went through, and this image here is out of Donna's kit. Where did I put that? It kind of went with that color theme. And I usually, if I have a bunch of stuff made, I have these little pocket things. I've gotten these at Hobby Lobby on sale. I think they're where the stamps. Yeah, they're like stamp protector pages. I also have my postage stamps in the smaller ones. Every once in a while, well, I always, when I go there, I have a list in my phone of things to check on if they're on sale or not. And where's my stamps? Last year, they had this stuff on sale. They had these 40% off, and still at $3.99, that's a good price for 5 pages. You get front and back. And I just reuse them. I've been reusing them for, like, I put one in each binder thing that I'm kit of, gosh, I can't speak, journal that I'm working on. So all the little bits that I make, I can just tuck in here, and they'll keep until I'm ready to put them in the journal. So this one here was a challenge. I made a pocket and a tag out of that was book pages. And this is out of Donna's kit. So I have that in there, and I haven't cut it down yet because these condensed books are a lot smaller. So I will wait. I'll probably cut off here, I'm not sure, until I start putting the pages together, and then I'll be able to cut everything down to fit. But I do have a start of something. So that's kind of where I was going. And I like to bounce around from project to project. That way I have time to think about things and I'm not forced to just slap something down. So yeah, if you see these on sale when they're 40% off, grab them, because it's not like it's a one and done thing. You can repurpose them and use them over and over in your projects just to house things while you're working on stuff. And I also have the stamp holders. So as I've been finding my stamps, I've been putting them in these. And this is just another one of those binders I got for $1. And then this is the cutting mat from the dollar store. I just put holes in it and cut it down to size and rounded the corners just to protect this page. And you get front and back, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 slots, and it just has the plastic, and you just slide your stamps in. So as I've been finding them, I've been putting them in here so that I use them, because if they're just in a container like this and I have to dig through it, I'm not going to use it. I don't see it, I'm not going to use it. So this has been a better system for me. So I've been trying to categorize them. And then this is just the I got a vintage box of these sheet protectors, and I just put that in there just to protect from page to page. So these are my stamps. A lot of these I got from Salena at Amore Fabrics. So I try to keep all the stamps together. These are all my, like, nature, pretty much. I think I have a Christmas one here somewhere. There's Christmas. I don't have too many, so I'll be able to use those up. And then these are stickers. My daughter sent me a bunch of packages of these, and I really wasn't using them. They were still in the little plastic bag, so I put them in here. This is the package that came with it in case I really love it and I want to see about getting some more of those. So these are all sticker stamps here. So now that they're in here and I get, you know, a whim where I want to use a stamp, or I should use a stamp on things, they're in here and I can just grab them. So I have quite a few stickers. So sorry, Heather, I haven't been using them, but I will. Aren't they cute? Love them. So that's that. And I just put another one of the Dollar Tree cutting mats in the back just to protect everything. So I have all those in a binder, and I have it labeled stamps, so I will use them. Sorry, I got off on a tangent there over that, but I just wanted to tell you where you could find this stuff, and that's at Hobby Lobby. And if you're not sure where to find them, they're over where the art supplies are. They did move them, so I had to ask this last time where they were, because they did move them. So, but this paper pad, if you can find this paper pad, it is great for backgrounds. And I just went through and found a page that I wanted that kind of went with Donna's kit, just as a background, and that was this paper here. So I basically covered the whole plant card with this paper. I reinforced where I was folding it, and I can't give measurements because it really depends on what you're making it for and size. I did have to cut quite a bit off of this one because it's going in this condensed book. So, oops. Okay, that's a heavy paper pad. All right, so that's what I did. I took one of her images and then I die cut a frame out that I thought would look good on there. And I used, pretty sure it was this one here, this Spellbinders here. Oops. I used this one here. And then I had to use this one here to cut out the center to put the page behind it. I did cut this out again and then out of tea stain file folder and took all the little pieces and stuck them back in there because I didn't like the way it looked underneath. So I really like that, how that turned out. So I put all those little pieces back in there. And this is fabric. Here, I cut this out of fabric. This pillow cover came with the curtains I got, the embroidered curtains. And she threw this in and I thought, okay, I can do something with that. But I cut a piece of the back off and that's what I cut this out of. So I'll use that. It is lined, but surprisingly enough, my die cut through it. So I'll be cutting that up. So that's how I did that. So put that back in there. So I really like this set. Oops. And that's one that I got at Crafty Bean. Excuse me. If you haven't gone over to subscribe to Crafty Bean, it's Tina. Go check her channel out. She's doing a bunch of destashes. She's got embossing powder, paper, embossing folders, dies. She's been doing destashing. I don't know what she has left, but yeah, so go check that out. I got a lot of stuff from her. I'm kind of on a use it what I have right now. So there's that. So I have another piece of that. Then I made a pocket here and I used this set here. I love this set. This is a Spellbinders. It's one of their D-Stash Die of the Month. It's a December 21. So you can't really get this on Spellbinders anymore, but you might be able to find it on eBay or something. I love this set. It's a cool set. There's so many possibilities. Hang on, I need to take a sip of my water. Sorry. So it has this, well, you can make a pocket like I did, or you could make an envelope because it has this large piece here that cuts everything out. And then you can use these little brackets here. They don't cut, they just score. So this could fold down and this could fold up. So there's so many ways to use this. I'm having fun with it. So you'll probably see this probably in every journal. Then you can take this piece here, like I did, and this is this background here is in Donna's kit as well. I cut that out and laid that in there with her paper. I think I just printed on I printed on I've got some Hewlett-Packard paper that I got at the thrift store. I got a whole package of it. I think it's like photo paper, jet paper. I kept one of the strips here in case I could find it again. Yeah, I got a whole box of it at the thrift store for $1.99. I love it. It's almost like photo paper. It's really cool. I love it. So I printed on that and then cut it out and put it in the background there. So let's see. And then, so this piece here, you can cut out this here, you can cut it out here, and then it has this piece here that cuts out here like I cut here. I mean, there's so many possibilities. And then this piece here can cut out here, or it can, I don't know if it can cut there. Yeah, I don't think it'll go there, no. But you can cut it here, and then you can cut this here. There's so many different variables here. So I really like that. So what I need to do is make a tag or something to go inside here. And I'll probably use this. So I'll think about that. So I need to make something to go in the pocket. And I did put the clear sheet protector in the background there. I glued it on the inside. So I like that. So let's see if I can stick something in there. Yeah, see, I can put a tag in there. But I kind of want it, you know, I don't want to cover all this up. So I may die cut this out. Make a card like that. And see, this has it too. So you could, I think it's a smaller one here. Right here. You just put this in here, tape it down when you're die cutting, and then you can make like a card. So there's like gazillion ways that you could do this. So I'm having fun with it. And then I may do something with these leaves because it has leaves. If I do something like that there, I don't know, we'll see. And then I could cut it out of this green paper. I don't know, we'll see. All right, let me show you the rest of this. So that's what I used to make that pocket, and I love this. It's called Enchanting Pocket Card Tag in Envelope. So yeah, it's a little bit of everything. So I'm going to put this back together. Okay, I got one more piece. And it has flowers too. You can cut flowers out. So there's that. I love this set. I really love it. I went through and made my example. It's just kind of a visual for me of what could be done with it. So there's that. So I've been just playing. I made some bone broth soup. So I'm going to have that tonight. Had that last night. Hoping it'll help me feel better. So let's see, where was I? Oh, so I did that. So then I made a little booklet here, like a paper pad, and I used one of Donna's vintage checks in her digitals, and I backed it with some out of that same paper pad, just some random. It's got stamps on it, Paris and signatures and stuff like that, just to give it stability. And I left it as it's pretty long. Here's the other ones here. I left it long, and I really love how that turned out. And then I was going to cut it off, and I'm like, no, I'm just going to fold it up to protect the papers underneath. So basically made a paper pad. here, and I just put random, these are like tea stained pages I have. Let's see, where's that book? This one here is kind of hard to see, but it has little dots on it. This is a notebook I got at my dollar spot, and it has tiny little dots on it. And I took it apart, and when I get a chance I tea stain. It looks really good tea stain, so I put that in there. So I already have it apart, so I can just grab the sheets, and I just do a full sheet at a time. I just try to tea stain a full sheet. And it was put together with, I think, stitches, so that came apart really well. So I don't know if you can find this or not. Composition book dot ruled, 100 sheets. And this was back when stuff was $1. I got that, so I like it. It's cool paper. Even not being tea stained, it's cool paper. So I made this little scrappy pad, and this had some green in it. It's like from a sewing book or something, and I just backed it with a scrap of one of her other side of her check from this one, because it was a one-page thing. It has front and back check, and this one here is here, but a different one. And then the back of the check, I just stuck on the back of there because I just didn't like the way it looked, and plus it gives you writing space. And then we have just random pages. I think that's from a cookbook, but it's tea stained. And then that's graph paper. Here's a vintage dictionary page. And the check part that I cut off the bottom of this one, I stuck it here because this is very fragile dictionary page. And then I just stuck another scrap up there just to kind of hold the whole thing together, and you can write there or you can write here. And then some of my computer paper there that's tea stained. So I just put that all together. I did sew here through all the papers without thread, without top thread or bobbin thread. So these could be ripped off. You could rip these pages right off. It's perforated. So I did that. And then this is where I folded it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this part yet. I haven't quite figured that out, or the two holes. I was going to cover the holes up, but I really like that. I may put ribbon in there. I don't know, but this kind of holds the pages there too. Then I took, I have a lot of this embossed wallpaper. I had a whole roll of it I got from a church sale, and I cut it up and I put one piece in each journal packet of journals that I'm making. So I've been trying to use it in some way, shape, or form, and I thought it really looks good on the back. So this thing is heavy now. This, from this to this, is like, yeah, I really love how that turned out. So I still have some things to do, but it gives me a little something, and then I'll keep this scraps with the journal stuff in case I need it. Like if I want to make something for her in here, I need a piece for something, because I did use the piece, a piece that I cut off this, I used up here to put that on. So, and that's all glued on. I glued a piece of scrap paper on the back side of this and then glued it down. So this is all sewn here. I basically, oh, here's a piece here. So say it's like this. You want to sew how far up you want your band to be. Sew it across here, obviously you would cut it, then flip this to the back. That's what I did. So make sure it's long enough. So say you were gonna sew it across here, but it's gonna fit, then you would roll it to the back and you wouldn't see that seam at all. The only thing you see here is the perforation. So it's all sewn together. It's in there good. So I can show that if anyone wants to see how I did that, but it's been done. It's pretty easy. So these are the I use these checks. So I use that one check. I really love how that looks, how that all come together. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do here, but I looked through her digitals and then I saw the checks and I'm like, oh, that would be so cool. And I love how I left it so it flips out. So yeah. So there's that. So I thought I would put one together. I'm gonna make one for my daughter's Winter Wonderland. I've been trying to get that journal done, work on it a little bit here or there, because I am going to give that one away. So I'm just going to keep these pieces in here so I don't lose them. And try to keep everything together. So that's Donna, Twistedpaperstudio. And then we have this one here. This is the one I've been trying to work on. I went ahead and I measured how big this needs to be on the inside. Basically, this is how big my page. This is a lot bigger. So, because these are going to go on the inside here. There's my other stuff. I've made quite a bit for this, here or there. When I think about it, what I want to do, and so basically I've showed this before. This is going to go on the inside of here. I have my ties all protected in little baggies, and then this will go here. But I really want to put a pocket on here, a clear pocket. So before I put that on there, I want to do my pocket. So, and then this is going to go on the back side here. So I want to make one of these for this one. So let me put that back like that. Oops. Put it for safekeeping. And I pulled out of that same paper pad that I showed this paper. It's really thin and it goes with, I feel it goes well with the kit, you know, as far as the colors. These are items that I already made. These were in a challenge. I haven't put anything on here yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to use all of these, but and I made this as well. So I'm not sure if that's going to go on a page, probably. And then I made this, but I want to remake it with colors from her kit. This is like a slimline pocket thing. And I think I have to break it down a little bit because it's going to be too tall. But that's okay. I can figure that out. I just have it in here because I really want to make one. And I made this watching Angela with Dogwood Paper Arts. She did it and I shared it making it. So I'm going to go back and revisit this because I really like this little slimline pocket. It's really cool. It's very thin, but I have to make it to fit this journal. So there's that. I just put glue on there. I'll put it like this. so I don't get glue everywhere. So these pockets come in handy. And I made tags, and these were all done in a challenge, so I really love the tags. Those are the tags, and these are all from her digitals. So there's that. So I thought I would just go ahead and show you how I covered, and this is WoodlandSilver, and this is my daughter's Winter Wonderland. I thought I would just show you how I covered that. There it is. Oops, I didn't put something back in Donna's. These are all my little scraps. Okay, so just set this aside and then cover. Basically, I had to use up 2 12 by 12 pieces. So, and I think in that paper pad they give you 3 of each. So that worked out very well. So I took, this is where I folded this one in half. The other one I folded it differently. Sorry, because it was such a smaller journal, so I made it work. I didn't want to cut too much off, so this one here will fit in this one here. So it's 31 minutes. I haven't really done anything. So this is going to fit in here. I just made sure that I was within these parameters here. That's how big. I can't be any bigger than that. And I don't know if I'm going to sew that into the signature. Probably not, because I made this little booklet. It's probably going to be put in a pocket somewhere because it's pretty big now. So, okay. So I took scraps of that. This is the dotted paper that I tea dyed. I just took strips of it and reinforced the, my folds where it was going to be, because I wasn't sure where I was going to do with it, and that really helped. So I just cut little strips and glued those and let them dry. So I think I'm just going to I gotta make sure my stripes too go up and down so I don't cut wrong. I'll just cut, and with doing this too, I don't have to go all the way with it. I can let some show, like I did on here. You can see the edge here where that is, and I like that look. So I'm basically going to cover this whole thing. And I think doing sections instead of covering the whole thing, that really helps. So this is why I work quietly, because I just can't get it together. I think I'm going to do 5 1/4 by, this one's going to be different, 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. So I'm going to use my big, it's just easier for me. So 5 1/4 wide. And then 8 1/4. That should work out. And I just put it down with think that's going to work out. Yeah, I like a little bit of that showing. I didn't go quite big enough, but that's okay. I can cut it down just a tad. I should have went a little bit taller, but I'll just cut it down a little bit. Okay, so I'll cut one more of that for this side here. Let me measure just to make sure. 5 1/4. Yeah, that'll work. So I'll cut one more piece. So that one's going to go there. 5 1/4 by 8 1/4 for that. So let me glue both of these and then I'll do the other side. Okay. I'm just going to use my Scotch Permanent Glue. And I think I will put the holes back in there. I like the holes, but I'll make sure I don't, my holes were too large that I did last time. My printer's trying to send me a message. Okay, I think I'm okay now. I forgot to turn my printer off. Alright, I'm just going to do glue stick. So we're getting some snow today. The sun was out yesterday. It was beautiful for a while. It's still cold, but when you got the sun shining in your eyes, it's a game changer. I just don't want any lumps. And I forgot to get some wet wipes, so I have one in here, but I think it's dried up. Okay, get this on here straight. Oops. I'm really liking this. Yeah, I might have to grab some wipes here. Kind of had a little bump in there. Okay, there's one. I'm just gonna try to stay to one end. I think this end here, because I can trim some of that off because I cut it too short, but that's okay. It can be any size I want. Excuse me. Yeah, let me grab a wipe. I get these at Aldi's. I think they're the quilted. Yeah. And I had this for a long time. My husband picked this up for me thinking that's the ones I wanted. And it's okay. I just keep everything in there and then I put them in here. It's just a storage container now. And then I just keep this on my desk. All right. So that was kind of the plant card was my inspiration. I thought, what am I going to do? And I just kind of played around yesterday, and it was kind of nice just to have a quiet day. And I do watch videos while I'm working. I have a big monitor in front of me, so oops. Turn this around. And then the fun part will be decorating it, and I'll have to go through my daughter's kit. I know she has a lot of like little pieces that I can cut out. I'm going to need something because this has holes in it. And I want to stay to that top end. So let me flip this around. I might not have got that. That's okay. I can true it up after I get everything on. I want a little high there, but that's okay. I like that. Stripes. So if you have pattern paper where you don't know what your scrapbook paper, you don't know what to do, it acts as a great background for stuff. So I think I'm going to poke those holes out while I can see them. And I have this tool. It's very heavy for me, but I got it at Hobby Lobby in the clearance section. I'm sure I only paid like $4 or something for it. I was shocked when I seen it. I just want to get some of that glue off. Hopefully this is going to cut. Let me put a piece of scrap paper behind there. Hang on one sec. I just shut my daughter-in-law just got home from work. I just shut my door. Okay, I'm going to put a piece of paper behind there, just hoping it'll help. This is a smaller hole. Last time I went with 5/16, which is the biggest hole. This one I'm going to go for the 1/4. See if I can get it. Can't see it. Just going to circle it because it's hard to see. And I'm going to put this paper behind it to help because it's wet. There we go. I can see it now. Yes. The only thing is they don't come out. You gotta shake them out. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's a heavy little booger, but it has every hole that you need. So. Okay, so there's that. So I like that. So I'll go ahead and cover the back side too. I mean, it's nothing spectacular, but let's see. I got a tray here that I use all the time, and I have everything under the sun in there right now, but it's nice because you can put it in there and then just move it to the side. So I'm gonna cut these. I don't think I'll be able to have time to decorate, so again, I'm just going to go 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. So 5 1/4. So there's one. This is why I needed 2 12 by 12 pieces. So I'll glue those on real quick. I might do this one to have like a paper pad in the middle. I don't know. We'll see. Oops. It's really thin paper, but I really like it for gluing to other pages. It's nice. Sometimes I have trouble with some of the thick cardstock, like the double-sided ones. I just can't. Sometimes it's like pretty on both sides. What do? You got to choose. Flip this around. So when I make my bone broth soup, I make it in the Instapot. There's many videos on that, and I do put apple cider vinegar in there. You can put up to 1 to 2 tablespoons. I believe I have to look online. I always have to look it up every time. But in the apple cider vinegar, and you put that in when you're making the broth. You put your whole chicken, and this is for Carol. I know she doesn't like the apple cider vinegar thing, but I just want to see which top. I want to be at this top here. You put your whole chicken in the Instapot, then you put it on pressure cook. You have to put a cup of liquid in there. I always put a cup of regular chicken stock in there. I buy the organic, and that cooks for an hour on pressure cook in the Instapot. Then when that's done, I take the whole thing out and I strip the meat from the bones, put everything back in there. I put I think 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and that helps break down the nutrients that you need, the collagen from the bones. Otherwise, you're like not really doing anything. You're not really getting any benefit. And I put a carrot stick in there, a whole carrot. I put a celery stick in there and a whole onion. And then my apple cider vinegar, and then I fill it almost to the, it has a max line, and then I put it on soup broth. It has a button for soup broth, and that cooks for 2 hours. So 1 hour to cook the whole chicken, and then 2 hours to make the broth, and that's it. And then I strain it. I take it all out and I strain it. Yeah, and then I let the broth sit in the fridge for overnight, and then I have my soup broth. Oh, I love this blue. Alright, so now I'm going to do this side. But there's plenty of videos on it. I would have never thought I would use the Instapot. My daughter Heather sent it to me and I was like, what is this? I'm afraid of it. It's electric. It's a pressure cooker. Now I love it. I love it. I make bone broth soup at least twice a month. And then sky's the limit on your veggies that you put in there. Sometimes I put, well, I put carrots. Sometimes I put small diced red potatoes, because we like hearty soup. And then celery, onions, green beans. Sometimes I put tomatoes, can of stewed tomatoes or diced tomatoes in there. It depends if my son's going to eat it, because he's not really crazy about that. Or kidney beans. He can't have kidney beans or beans, so yeah, I put all that. I put everything in there, and then I cook egg noodles up on the side, and then we just add them to our soup. I don't cook them in the soup. Alright, I need this under here. Alright, let's see if I can line this up. I think I want it like this. Can get that lined up. The beauty of glue stick, you've got a little movement. That is sticky. I want to get rid of it. Okay, I am covered. And I'm almost at an hour, so I'm going to have to run. It'll take forever to upload. But this is what I'll be working on. And I'll just show you some of the stuff. I'll wait for that to dry to poke those out, and then I'll just true this up. But I love the background. It feels good now. And I'm glad I reinforced the fold there. So this will just be a two thing and not a this. But I really love how this turned out. Alright, I'm just trying to see what I got to work with here. Okay, so these are some of my extras here. This is a pocket I haven't done yet. This is a big kit. I didn't write it on there. I think it's, I don't want to speak out of turn. I think it's 40, I don't know. So she has a lot of like this kind of stuff here that I can cut up. So I'll pick something from for the front. These are background. There's something here too. Oh, gosh. somebody was just here delivering a package for Amazon in a regular car, and they just slid off the driveway into my telephone pole. So I'm going to have to run. But yeah, this is, I'll pick something for the front. But yeah, so that's that. All right, I got to go. Take care. Bye.